Well, I think we're going to move on to our worst movies of the year, the bottom 5, as it were. I'll start with my 5th worst.
What you got?
This is not a movie I reviewed. A lot of these are actually movies I didn't review, but Life of the Party, the Melissa McCarthy joint.
Let me guess. Another one of those, oh, I'm so clumsy movies. And then she, her chute doesn't open or some shit, and I don't know.
Melissa McCarthy,
Is that not the... every trailer?
It is. It's just oops, I fell in weird CGI, fast motion. What is going on?
Yeah.
It's the 5th worst for the simple reason that it's a comedy. It's a comedy where I didn't laugh. It didn't make me laugh at all. It's stupid. It's bad. It's not funny. And it's a tired premise. I've seen done better. Cough, Rodney Dangerfield, cough. It sucks. It's my 5th worst. Back to School. Just watch Back to School.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Watch 13. What the fuck is the Chandler Bing one? Matthew Perry one where he's Zac Efron. 17 again. Watch that again. Just fucking yeah. What are you doing?
I've never seen that.
Sure it's better.
Yeah. So I don't know if my numbers are accurate, but here's just the 5 worst in some order. Mm-hmm. I think it's sort of accurate. Anyway, I'll give the honorable mention to Mile 22 because just the more I think about it,
infuriating.
It's infuriating that you have those people together, and this is what you gave me. Mm. With Peter Berg, nonetheless, directing.
Yeah, that's not good.
Man, come on, Petey.
Yeah.
I know you can make better movies than this. I know you can.
Got it in you.
Yeah. Anyway, so number 5, I'm going to go with Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. It's Solo?
Yeah. Solo, A Star Wars Tale.
Yeah.
It's just so contrived.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's how you met Chewbacca. Oh, that's how you won the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, that's where he got the name Solo.
Oh, honest to fucking God, that's where he got the name Solo. That's probably the worst one. Mm-hmm. The idea, so that's how you were going to make sure there's no mystery whatsoever. And we've explored every detail of his life, no matter if the audience gives a shit or not. Mm-hmm. And the lighting, honestly, how the fuck can you have lighting like that in a large budget blockbuster film?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's inexcusably photographed like ass. Mm-hmm. So that's my 5th worst. What do you got for 4?
My number 4 is a movie that I believe we did review here. I think Action Point.
Yeah, I remember it got the rare 2 from you, didn't it?
Yeah, this movie sucks ass, and it sucks ass for more reasons than just it's not funny and it's not entertaining. More I thought about it, it's people died, man. In real life. And they don't make a point to say this is based in a true wacky story. It's they don't do that, thank God, but come on, man. People actually did fucking die. Oh God. It's just, but it's also not funny. They waste all the stunts on trying to make a story that isn't interesting. That all the stunts try to serve this story that just is so uninteresting and bad. I feel so bad for Johnny Knoxville because he literally almost killed himself trying to make this. He does all of his projects.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else to say other than I'm going to have to live with the cognitive dissonance that this man almost died trying to make a movie that sucks.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. But you saved me $10.
Yeah, God almighty.
So I guess that there's silver lining for me, but not for Robert.
Yes, I can live my story, live my tale, my cautionary tale, children.
Yeah, but I think that would have really drew my ire just because this year it had some problems. Mm-hmm. So my number 4 worst is Apostle. Yeah. I mean, pretty much the reasons I already said in the adjusted scores, but it's just, how could you take a concept on paper that's so interesting and bog it down in, serialized drama format style, boring side plots? She's pregnant. Yeah, back to the cult. I don't like this other guy because I want to be in charge. Yeah, get back to the cult.
You get a weird chicken before the egg scenario here, which is was the movie shitty before it went to Netflix, or did Netflix make the movie shittier?
Or here's a better question. Did Netflix just have zero oversight in trying to correct the script and just say, fuck it, let's just shoot it? Mm-hmm. I think that's what it is. Netflix, they really just do not give a shit about story editing at all.
Yeah.
Or rewrites.
Oof.
there's lots of good ideas that always need a little punch up, a little this, a little that. This clearly didn't have that. It didn't have anyone saying, well, why don't we get rid of this character? Or why don't we combine these two characters together because they're kind of the same? I felt like there's so many first draft problems.
Right.
So, yeah, that's my number 4. What do you got? What are we on?
3 now. Well, speaking of Netflix, The Princess Switch.
How dare you?
Did not capture the holiday spirit for me. In fact, it captured no spirit. This was a soulless thing. Like, the first 15 minutes, I was like, okay, maybe I'm in for something fun, but
Dude, the attention to detail. She had a hat that said Chicago. Don't you wear a Chicago hat
everywhere.
When you're in Chicago
everywhere.
That doesn't have any teams or anything? It just says Chicago.
Says the logo.
All day, every day.
Yeah,
so it's just a soul-sucking thing for you.
It struck a real bitching nerve in my fucking soul.
Yeah.
And it just hit me hard. I'm like, ooh, I know what you're trying to do. Because I have that fucking channel, the Ion Hallmark bullshit on in my house. I'm like, I know what you're trying to do, Netflix. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. I really hate it. Don't get me going again.
You know what? I won't. I still maintain it's a 1.5 out of 2 bombs.
That's fine. It's definitely bad.
Yeah.
We definitely are.
I think we definitely agree on that.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 3, also mentioned in adjusted scores. Third worst is Blockers, and that's
only the third.
Yeah,
and that's a 1 you gave it.
Trust me, I've got 2 much worse movies.
Holy fuck! Okay.
Because I saw both of them on like iTunes or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, well, one was an iTunes rental, and I think one was on VOD. Anyway,
so Blockers
sucked. It was just you had a good idea for a comedy, and then you had to get all like soapboxy at points, and it just felt like it was written by dudes who just haven't met real people. I don't know. The characters felt a lot. Well, the side characters were just so contrived to the point where it was literally making me fucking lose my mind.
That sucks.
No, it sucked. It just wasn't funny. There's just its main problem was the reference-itis.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! If you're gonna make a joke where you reference something, fine. Like in a scripted movie, you know, fine, reference away, but just do not keep going on and on about it. There's a part where they just mention Fast and Furious. It's like a 45-second thing, and it's just like, shut the fuck up and move on.
That sucks.
It was just shockingly, disappointingly bad.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's my number 3. It sucked.
My number 2 is another movie I didn't review here, and you probably may or may not have ever heard of. It's called Show Dogs.
I heard about that, and I heard it was awful.
Yes, it is. Well, Ludacris once said, "When I move, you move, just like that." Well, Ludacris, I don't know about you, but I won't be starring in this movie anytime soon, because holy fuck, this thing is so goddamn bad. You got to turn in your, like, people have ever been afraid of me at any point in my career card, Ludacris. I'm sorry. Like, you're voicing a Rottweiler that's a cop. It's like, dude, this is just, not only is this like the worst looking thing I've ever seen, but like so many people in this that I once respected as entertainers, like Will Arnett and like Natasha Lyonne and like other like assorted voice actors here and there, Stanley Tucci. I'm like, why the fuck are any of you in this? Not to mention, like, you can look it up. Like, there's a super inflammatory thing that they show kids in this movie where I'm like, they had to edit it out. Like, I won't say it here, but it's like, just look it up. Do a quick Google search. This movie sucks. It's so bad, so bad.
How was the lighting?
You know what? That wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as Solo. I could see everything.
How was the editing?
It was excruciatingly clear.
Okay.
I could understand everything going on. Very good use of the Kuleshov rule.
Oh, the Kuleshov effect.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. So that was your number 3, right?
My number 2.
Oh, number 2. Okay, so my number 2... Oh, man. It was really... It was like a 3-way tie almost between Blockers, this, and my number 1. Terminal.
Ooh, yeah.
Holy shit.
We didn't review that, did we? But
No.
you said something about it.
No,
at
it's
least.
because I couldn't. It would either take me as short as I'm going to review it now, or a 4-part episode. But man, because the trailer actually, it done got me. Ooh, what's this mysterious thing? And there's this weird neo-noir sense to it. This whole movie looks like it was shot on sound stages that they just barely bothered to dress up with any sort of real set decorations at all.
Damn.
There's parts where it just straight up looks like they just showed up to set with nothing and just started filming. That's
Really?
number one. Number two, the story is just bullshit. It's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah.
Eventually. And oh man, I just don't even know how to. It just sucks. You don't like any of the characters. You're not like interested in what's happening.
Yeah.
It's just excruciatingly boring too.
It sounded like crap.
Yeah. Well, it's like it turns. Fuck it. Spoilers. No one's gonna see this shit. It turns out like what's his name? Simon Pegg was her teacher at like a boarding school or an orphanage or something, and he was an abuser. And there's some story about that and her doppelganger. And I guess that's the big reveal, but they show her throughout the movie, so it's not really that shocking.
Really?
It was just really, really not what it advertised itself as. It seemed like, oh, this is a neo-noir, and it sort of turned into, no, it's a shitty sci-fi attempt at neo-noir.
Ugh.
It just didn't work in any sense, in any sort of genre sense, and it just tried to be funny. It wasn't funny. It tried to be dramatic. It wasn't dramatic, really. It tried to be noirish. It wasn't noirish. It tried to be sci-fi. It just failed at everything it attempted to do. It sucked.
Well, I can only imagine how bad number one is.
Oh. Yeah. All right, so so that leaves you number one?
My number one is another movie I didn't review here. Because I was afraid of the things I would say. But I'll keep it short here.
Okay.
Unfriended Dark Web.
Man, you saw that. Why?
Yeah. You know what? It wasn't my choice
Yeah.
at the movie theater that day.
Okay.
It was the old SOs.
Yeah.
And I regret watching this movie in every way. It's the movie I regret watching the most. It's a horrible time to the theater. Everything that's in the movie, anybody who worked on this movie, they're doing their jobs to serve a purpose that I just find really fucking gross. Like the movie's just like it's like torture porn. It's just like sadism. It's like, let's just watch these people die. And I'm like you can do that, but don't make the characters likable in any way. Like at least the first Unfriended had the clear like mindset of being like, all right, let's make these characters somewhat guilty of something bad. Yeah. But like this is just like, let's just have random people get killed and have the audience watch. And it's like, that's not what the fuck I go to the movies for. Like, give me characters that are shitty that die. Like that's how like
the cocky blonde guy in the Friday 13th remake.
Right. It's like
you're just like, yeah, fuck him. Like when he finally gets it.
Right, and
you're just like, finally. You're like it's like he needs to get killed by Jason, and then he gets it, and you're like, finally.
Yeah, and this did not do. It just it felt like everything served a really dark and just murky and unnecessarily bleak purpose, and I hated it. I hated myself for watching it and ruined my day.
That's interesting you say that, because that isn't that isn't even close to what I thought would make it suck. I thought the plot and everything about it would just make it suck enough.
Yeah, it's that too. It's not good, but it's for me it was the place. It was the intention that made me angry. I'm like, fuck you.
Even if that's the intention, I'm sure I could find plenty more to hate about it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not good.
So my worst movie of the year goes to Dear Dictator.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
Michael Caine, why? Alfred.
Man, I was this is, fuck it. I maybe this should have been most disappointed. Nah.
Yeah. I mean, you were more looking forward to Apostle than this.
Yeah, I was definitely. This I thought, oh, this looks like a sort of funny, wacky, kooky premise. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll try one of them funny indie pictures. Mm-hmm. And Now, I should have known Katie Holmes was probably a red flag. It might not be good.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't really think she's that bad, but
Katie Holmes?
Not really.
She's okay.
She's okay, but I feel like as of lately, she hasn't been picking the best projects, or at least from what I've seen.
Yeah. Well, what was the big problem with this? It just wasn't funny, right?
Well, number one, yeah, I think it was a zero laugh movie. Mm-hmm. Almost.
Jesus.
Almost.
And you said anything will make you laugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even Blockers, which I thought was dog shit, it had 4 or 5 okay lines. Mm-hmm. Even The Family Stone, which is another horrid movie, it has 4 or 5 good lines.
Yeah.
I'm not really that tough of a customer for laughs. Mm-hmm. And this barely had any. And the whole thing that I didn't like is, what is this trying to make a statement? Is it or isn't it? And it kind of went back and forth. She's punk rock, but she wants to hang out with this dictator who's a scumbag. And he's like a dictator from some South American country or some shit. Mm-hmm. He's ousted. And they try to do the, I'm going to help you pull a coup at your school.
Oh, jeez.
And you know what it was like is, the parents in the what do you call it? Like holiday, like the fucking Hallmark Channel Christmas movies.
Yeah.
There's the parent or the butler who's like helping the kid or some shit. Mm-hmm. That's what this Michael Caine's character is kind of turned into. Mm. This movie sucks so bad I barely remember what happens.
No. That's no good, man. I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was a shame. And it had the girl from Lady Bird in it, too.
Yeah, Odeya Rush, I think is her name.
Odeya Rush, yeah. So it had her, Michael Caine. I thought this could be cool. Mm-hmm. Thought it could be... the trailer made it look funnier than it was. Mm-hmm. And then it had a bad case of best lines are in the trailer, if there were any good lines.
Yeesh.
And a lot of the comedy was so flat, you couldn't tell if you were supposed to laugh.
Really?
I'm like, well, there's a part where they're like waterboarding a dude with milk. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I guess this is kind of funny, but it was just not really. I feel like it could have been funnier, mm-hmm. or maybe there's a better take they could have used, but it just came across very flat.
Right.
It sucked. It was a horrible movie.
Well,
it was a definite waste of money, just like Terminal was.
But this was the worst of the year.
Yeah. And there's a lot of disappointing movies or movies that kind of fell short of expectations. Mm. It just kind of felt like okay is good enough. Mm-hmm. And then there were a few, legit turds in the punch bowl.